Good morning, folks. Happy Friday. It's beautiful out. It's been beautiful out for the last couple of days, so let's hope that it continues through the weekend. A few things today. I want to start by talking about as we've been doing on an ongoing basis with the fitness classes with Tracy and Sue. They've actually brought in our Tai Chi instructor, and Jeff, who's here in front of me, just reminded me that they filmed a Tai Chi class yesterday, and that's going to be available on the app and on YouTube, just like Tracy's classes, starting on 5/27. So May 27th, a time will be available. Tracy will let everybody know, let the residents know. We'll probably put it up on Touchdown when that'll be available. So, as we continue to have those type of fitness offerings, I think, that's a nice step forward that Tracy initiated doing Tai Chi, and I know that she's talked about some other fitness classes to make available to our residents. So for all of those of you who like Tai Chi, please, take advantage of that starting next week. I want to thank everybody who has offered me advice on my woodpecker problem. Its general consensus seems to be that it's a mating call, and a rather loud one. So I have not heard the woodpecker in several days. Maybe he got a sense that I'm onto him, and he's decided not to come back, or better yet, maybe he's found a mate. And if he's found a mate, good for him. Let's hope that is exactly what happened. But I'll keep everybody up to date on that. I want to talk about, I'm just going down my list here. So right in front of me here, I'll put my hand on it now, is an air purifier. And these, we just bought 6 of these. These are part of the what we're going to be using in our dining rooms, part of our reopening plan. So we're gearing our reopening plan within the dining rooms, as I talked about, towards the middle, maybe the 3rd week in June, kind of right around there. It's going to mirror a little bit when restaurants can open here in Western New York. It might fall a little bit after that, but somewhere in that range is what we're targeting. And as part of that process, of course, I talked about the distancing requirements, I've talked about reservations, I've talked about the seating, I've talked about some of the other stuff that we're doing. We're also adding these air purifiers in the mix. So for instance, in the Trafalgar main dining room, there'll be 2 of these. In the formal area here in Trafalgar, there'll be 1. There'll be 1 each in a gate circle in their formal dining room, and there'll be 1 in the cafe, and then of course there'll be 1 over at the clubhouse as well. And they're geared per square footage, and I can tell you that I'm reading the specifications on this, and it says it removes 99.99% of harmful viruses, fungus, bacteria, down to 0.007 micron in size. So it's a very similar system, might be even a little bit better than is used in hospitals and medical clean rooms, etc. Again, trying to take every effort in making the investments to continue to clean the air, move the air in those spaces there might be multiple residents gathering. And certainly our dining rooms would be that. We actually already ordered, or have 4 of these of a little bit smaller size that we use in skilled nursing. Actually, we have in the skilled nursing unit, just in case, in the event that we ever had a COVID positive case, that we'd be able to place one of these in that room, again, to help with air circulation and cleansing of the air. So I just wanted to point that out, have one of them here as a prop to show that we're constantly looking and searching for technology to be able to add to our opening plans in order to do whatever we can to keep our residents safe and certainly our staff safe as well. Moving on, we have extra masks They're cloth masks, and they were shipped to us the other day. If residents need an extra mask, if ones that they're wearing are worn out, if they're using an older clinical mask, if they've lost their mask, if they don't have a mask, whether it's at Gate Circle or here at Williamsville, if you call down to the front desk, get your name on a list again, as we've done before, we will deliver you a new mask. So please don't hesitate to let us know. I want to reiterate, of course, now that the weather is getting nicer and people are going to be moving about, I'm sure that our residents as well will be getting more and more out into the greater community. I want to reiterate, not only when you're here at Canterbury Woods, but when you're out, as the opportunities to be out in the greater community open up, whether it's with your family or a different type of store, please continue with the social distancing that is being prescribed. Please continue wearing a mask. I saw a statistic. It was actually on Governor Cuomo's video conference yesterday, and there's a statistic out there that says that as a percentage of the population, they were comparing whether direct caregivers, hospital doctors, nurses, nursing home workers, have a higher infection rate than the general population. And the statistic was rather stark. It's actually considerably lower than the general population in terms of an infection rate. So the question would be why? Why is that? And it seems fairly clear it's because of that use of the PPEs that are being used, the masks, the gloves, and everything that needs to be used on the clinical side. So it's increasingly clear that the use of PPEs, something just as simple as a mask, and be conscious of your social distancing, again, as we move forward in this process, will be considerable in keeping you safe. We see, unfortunately, some backlash is happening throughout the country where people don't want to wear masks, and they're kind of disavowing the information that's out there, and maybe it doesn't apply to them. And I would say, it's simply not true. We're all in this together, and we're wearing a mask not only to try to keep ourselves safe, but principally to keep others safe as well. And the only way we're going to continue going down a positive road as we continue to combat this virus, and one of the principal ways we're going to continue to keep this out of Canterbury Woods is by continuing to protect ourselves and protect others while we're here in the community and while we're out in the greater community as well. So, please consider that as we continue to move forward. Again, looking at my list, through the ongoing feedback that I've gotten from family members, and principally one family member who's like a dog with a bone on this, we are going out and purchasing a number of plastic chairs to put around the pond. That'll happen today and into tomorrow. So I want to thank Diane Lansing, who's Ruth Lansing's daughter, for making sure that I follow through on this. So Diane, this one's for you, and certainly our residents, to have extra seating around the pond and seating that can be appropriately social distance. Other than that, again, I think that's all I had on my list. No town hall meeting on Monday because of Memorial Day, so I'll be back here next Wednesday. Again, everybody have a nice weekend. Enjoy hopefully good weather. Thank you.